At the time of her passing, Debra Novacluse was aged 52. She possessed a keen interest in horseback riding. She delved into an excelled within the junior rodeo circuit, amassing numerous accolades. Debra was characterized as vivacious and cheerful, perpetually sporting a beaming smile. Both Debra and her former partner shared a love for motorcycles. Tragically, he succumbed to a heart attack in January 2016. The incident deeply affected Debra. However, in August 2016, she embarked on a road trip to Kamloops, British Columbia. Around 11:30 a.m. on August 27, 2016, the manager of Kamloops Super 8 dialed 911. He reported stumbling upon something suspicious in one of the rooms. While he hesitated to enter the room himself, the cleaning staff member who had tidied the room suspected a potential homicide. The Royal Mounted Police promptly arrived and entered room 112. One detective promptly observed an unevenness between the two beds. Beneath one bed, a sleeping bag was discovered. Inside, the lifeless body of a woman was found. Manifestly, there were indications of trauma. The woman was solely clad in underwear. Hints of blood stains adorned the bathroom and the mattress. The post-mortem examination disclosed that the victim's demise was due to a combination of blunt force traumas and strangulation. Law enforcement deduced that room 112 had been registered under the name David Albert. The manager's description matched a man sporting a cowboy hat, aged between 40 and 50. Upon registration, he had left his contact number. The motel had surveillance cameras at its entrance, parking lot, and hallways. Around midnight on August 26, David returned to the motel. He could be observed entering the premises donning the aforementioned cowboy hat. Additionally, he was attired in jeans, boots, and a flannel shirt. Around 12:28 a.m., David was captured on camera traversing the front desk area. Accompanying him were an unfamiliar male and female. Notably, this woman differed from the one discovered in the sleeping bag. The latter had pink hair, contrasting with the victim's dark hair. Mere hours before David and his companions accessed room 112, he was spotted meandering through the motel's parking area. Adjacent to a parked truck, he engaged in conversation with its driver. Subsequently, a woman exited the truck, resembling the victim with her petite form and dark hair. The pair entered the motel hand in hand, proceeding to room 112. At 7:45 p.m., David exited the room unaccompanied. Nonchalantly departing the parking area, he gradually disappeared from view. It came to light that he journeyed to the nearby Cascades Casino. Around 8 p.m., David materialized within the casino, engaged in animated conversations. Outside, he encountered the woman sporting pink hair. They exited the casino together, embarking in her vehicle, a black Sunfire embellished with pink details. Images of the car were dispatched to other law enforcement agencies. David and the woman remained in room 112 until 4:16 a.m. The police traced the phone number David had provided during his motel registration. This revealed his full identity as David Albert Miller, with law enforcement subsequently acquiring his driver license details. In August 25, David's spouse filed a missing person report revealing Debra Novacluse's name. David's relationship with Debra was described as an acquaintance, potentially romantic. Subsequent developments led to a hit on the bolo for the black Sunfire. The vehicle belonged to Jessica, who lodged at a nearby motel alongside a male companion. Jessica was informed by the police about the investigation into the Super 8 incident. She consented to offering her statement at the police station. As narrated by Jessica, her encounter with David occurred at Cascades Casino. David expressed his interest in her as she exited the casino, an event captured during her Facebook Live video stream. During their interaction, Jessica mentioned the prospect of free drinks at room 112 in Super 8. She agreed to accompany David, provided her male friend could join. David concurred, and she recorded his driver's license on video, accompanied by the phrase, "If anything happens to me." En route to the motel, they picked up Jessica's friend. Inside room 112, Jessica encountered another woman, Deb. The four individuals spent time together, imbibing until 4 a.m. Tensions between David and Deb led Jessica and her friend to depart. At that point, Deb was alive. At 8:42 a.m. on August 27, surveillance captured David exiting the room. He proceeded to Debra's truck, retrieving the sleeping bag that later encased her body. Approximately 90 minutes later, David exited the room once more, leaving through the rear exit and departing in Debra's truck. By August 29, 2016, authorities managed to trace David's phone to Ontario. Surveillance footage from the airport indicated his ticket purchase on August 27. The following day, an Ontario team trailed David, forwarding photographs to the Royal Mounted Police. At a car dealership, David discarded a bag containing his airline tickets and the clothing worn during the murder. Notably, the flannel shirt bore traces of both his and Debra's DNA. Upon accumulating adequate evidence for an arrest warrant, David relinquished his phone usage and ceased employing his bank card. Eventually, David was located on a busy Ontario highway attempting to hitchhike. There were instances when the surveillance team temporarily lost track of David. Concerns emerged that he might have entered a vehicle en route to the US-Canadian border. However, he was ultimately discovered slumbering in a ditch and apprehended by the police. In the course of interrogation, David professed uncertainty, asserting that his recollections were hazy. Initially, he denied any involvement in the incident. Subsequently, he conceded to familiarity with Debra. Admitting to extensive alcohol consumption that night, he confessed to engaging in sexual activity with Debra and subsequently strangling her. He attributed the strangulation to an accident, though the evidence contradicted this claim. David acknowledged multiple attempts to restrain Debra. His intention was to relocate her body from the room, a task he deemed unfeasible due to her weight. Consequently, he discarded items from the motel room as he drove away in her truck. Investigations revealed belongings to Debra in bags discarded along the highway. This included her clothing and blood-stained pillowcases from the motel room. Throughout the trial, David's defense maintained the narrative of accidental death. Nevertheless, he was adjudged guilty of second-degree murder and sentenced to life imprisonment, potentially parolable after 15 years. The verdict brought immense sorrow to Debra's loved ones. Evidently, an altercation between David and Debra seemingly transpired after David's companions departed at 4 a.m. Subsequent violence culminated in Debra's demise, followed by her concealment within a sleeping bag. David's flight and disposal of evidence further eliminated his culpability. It is disheartening that David could potentially re-enter society one day. Jessica and her friend were fortunate to evade a similar fate. David exhibited charm yet harbored a malevolent facet. The tragedy lies in Debra's unfulfilled desire for respite, never to be realized upon her return. Thank you for watching this video, my young detectives. See you in the next one. Bye.